I appreciate you taking out the time, Sharon. Thank you so
Uh,
much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Robert.
The first question I had for you is when we talk about the John Wick series and now Ballerina, a lot of people think of the action sequences, but when I watch the movies, I notice there's certain themes about the movies, family choices, things of that nature. When people see this movie, beyond the action sequences, what themes do you think they will bring out of it that they can relate to?
Oh gosh, so many. I think what it's mainly centered about is about loss and survival, determination, consequences. That I know that's been a huge theme in the previous John Wick films. I think that in this film in Ballerina, we get to see Eve facing what it is to push through all of the rules of regulations that have been placed upon her in her upbringing with the Roscaroma and actually decide for herself whether retribution and revenge, where that sits within her heart and her loyalty to the Roscaroma. So I think with being brought up by the Roscaroma and having, I think, oh no, you know what? I'll leave it there because that's the answer. And I know we're short for time, so I don't want to keep going off too long. Sorry.
Speaking of the Roscaroma, when you think about sisterhood, and especially with your character, looking over young women, how important is it for a action movie that's basically centered around women? How do you feel that this will come across? Because we think of a John Wick movie, you think of the guys and all the fighting and stuff. This one, if I'm a young woman and I'm into action and stuff, how do you think that kind of the Roscaroma, kind of empowers not just actors and actresses, but also young females that will come out and watch the movie?
I think that, to be honest, I think even the previous John Wick movies had strong women within their stories, and the Roscaroma have always been there, training boys and girls, young women, to be assassins, to survive, to be the best versions of themselves they could possibly be. And I think within that within that school of thought of striving to be the best, I think whoever watches this film, however they identify, I believe it's going to be one of those films that inspires people to look within, check who they want to be, but also check about who they're loyal to, who they love, who is family, who do you really feel you belong to? Because a lot of us, we're not fortunate enough to have family with us now or ever, but we have adopted families, we have friends, and I think there's something about who are your community, who are your people, and where do your loyalties lie there. At the root of this particular film, Ballerina, it's who are you? Where do you want to be? How far can you take this passion to seek to be your best self? And I think that if people can take that from the film, then that's a good thing. As human beings on this planet, it will be a better place to be the best version of ourselves.
I thought one of the best, scenes in the movie is when, Eve is training against the guys and, she's
Mm.
struggling a little bit. And then, you have to, you get that pay, you have to, fight like a girl. Like that really, like I was like, man, that just kind of just hit me. And the way that it hit me was, it's like you just said, everybody's an individual and, you can't let people dictate because of size or strength or color or gender. You don't let people dictate to you. You dictate, your best self to them. Just kind of in that scene, did you kind of, feel like, man, this is really good
This,
here?
this was always something that I had brought to the table when we first met to talk about Nogi and her relationship with Eve was fight like a girl. This is something that came out of my mouth when we were talking about character building, and I was so happy when I saw it in the scripts. I was like, okay, there it is. Because at the end of the day, we have to work with what we've got, as human beings. So yeah, she is a petite woman of a certain age. What can she bring that a guy who is 6 foot whatever and built like a block of flats, how does how do they compare? So we need these people, these assassins, to utilize what they have. It's not just about the weapons that they carry, it's about how they can survive, but also undermine the other, whoever they're fighting against, or whoever they're out there to take out. So yes, it's something that even in our general day to day, we fight like a girl. Yeah, it should be it should literally be like on a mantra for some of us, because we already do. Let's
Mhm.
face it, we're all out there trying to get stuff done, and we utilize who we are and our strengths to the best of our ability. And as women, we do have to do that more or less every day, especially, for me, I'm a brown woman. So for me, it will always be part of my day to day. Get
You
your
know,
shoes on,
uh,
act like a girl. Leave the house.
last question I have for you, kind of on that line. Like, let's say that there is a sequel, or more John Wicks, and I hope you're included in that.
Thank you.
When we're gonna get your action fight scene? You have to tell. I want to see
Come
you in
on.
action. Yeah, I
You
want
want
to
to
see
see
you
her
out there.
coming?
Yeah, I was waiting. I said, oh
Um,
man. So hopefully, if there's a next one, please. I know you just let me know. You definitely would want to do that, and let
oh,
them know that the audience, I'm the audience, I want to see it.
you do? Thank
Yeah.
you very much. I appreciate I need to hear more. I need everybody to write in, tell them, because it's important that they know what the people want. And I think the John Wick world and the team involved, they do really care about their fans. They care what they think. They put so much passion and there's an emphasis on getting things right so that the fans don't ever have a doubt of what weaponry is used, or where bullets come fired from, or it's all about the details. So as far as I'm concerned, tell everybody, write the letter, send the email, put the post on the thread. If you want Nogi to come back, say yes, Team Nogi, Team Nogi. I'm there, because I would happily come back. I would love to at least play Nogi at least once again. I'd more if possible, but I'll take what I can get. You understand what I mean?
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
I'm happy to return.
Thank
If
you
not,
so thank you so much for your time. You were great. And like I said, I want to see
oh,
you more. I'm going to write my letter and put my stamp
thank you.
on and
Thank
let
you,
them
please.
know.
All right.
Have a
Thank you so
wonderful,
much.
wonderful, wonderful day.
You too. All the best. Lovely speaking to you.
Bye
Take care.
bye.